Well, welcome back. And we are talking about the American Red Cross. And we're going to get on because we've got more information for you. But there's something I wanted you to see. And this was given to me as a special gift by a very dear lady who is a master gardener. And she knew my love for England and for London. I've spent a lot of time there. And she made this, the entire thing. And I wanted to have you look at it with the little English cottage and the American flag and the British flag and the plants, and they are alive. They are living plants in there. And I was so thrilled, and I wanted to just say a special thank you and to Kelly Todvin and all the master gardeners who do such tremendous and inspiring things. And of course, that is through Clemson University. And we do have a lot of gardening on the Peggy Denny Show, so knowing people's interests. But I wanted you to see that because it's so dear, and I was so thrilled. And now I want to reintroduce my guests, Carolyn Deal and Pam Irby, and they're here on behalf of the American Red Cross from Asheville. And they are responsible for 4 states. So they need blood, and they need good old-fashioned Americans to step forward and say, okay, I'll help. It's not a big deal, is it?
It's not a big deal. I mean, once they come in to donate blood at one of the blood drives, it takes about 45 minutes. They'll do a history, a mini physical. Takes about 10 to 15 minutes to actually do the drawing. And once they get done, they'll go to our canteen. They'll have a seat. We'll watch them for about 15 minutes, make sure they drink something, they eat something, and that they are feeling perfectly healthy before they walk out that door.
So you have snacks and
we do. We have snacks. We're going to make
like
sure that they eat something and drink something before they leave to build them back up. Yeah. It's not hard, and it's an amazing thing, and it makes you feel really good once you give blood and know that you're saving some lives.
And this is all free.
It's all free.
You bring everything that's needed. Yes. And so if somebody wanted to sponsor and say, okay, I've got a business or I've got a church with a big space, we'll set this up.
Yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah. We need.
So they don't have to be responsible then for what goes on. You bring the people and the equipment.
We bring the collecting staff and the equipment. We just ask them to line up donors. That's their main job. We make the posters. We get it out to the media. We get the information out to the media. We just ask them to line up donors to donate.
Now, do you have any specific dates already set up for people in our area?
We do. We have, as a matter of fact, next week we have a drive at Chili's restaurants. This is part of a drive that we've been having for 7 years. There was a gentleman working with Chili's restaurant who lost his wife a number of years ago, and in her honor, he started these blood drives with Chili's, and we've just recently started collecting blood in upstate South Carolina, and realized, oh, there's 3 Chili's in upstate South Carolina. There's 2 in Greenville.
So are those 3 Chili's on board now?
They are on board. This
good
will
for
be their
Chili's.
Really good for Chili's. This will be their first drive. Their first blood drive.
What is the date for that?
Okay, we have the one on
this is August the 4th.
The one in Anderson on the 5th.
No, the one in Anderson is on the.
But these things go on regularly.
Yes.
So you could check with the website and find out. But there will be blood drives in Lawrence and Anderson and Spartanburg and all around Hendersonville.
Well, the 5th, 6th, and 7th of next week at one Chili's or another, Red Cross is there.
Woodruff is on the.
Now, do you bring your bus to Chili's?
We do. We bring our bus to Chili's.
You don't have people eating in the restaurant.
All donors will get a T-shirt. They also will get a $20 off coupon to Cabela's, which is a local store that I've not had the privilege of going into yet, but I can't wait to check it out.
they get a reward for helping.
They do. They get a reward
They
for
do.
helping.
I mean,
So
we
you get a
try
free
to.
T-shirt, $20 off for a meal,
A
or
purchase,
something.
a
Yeah,
purchase
yeah.
at Cabela's.
Yeah, whatever. I think that's a wonderful thing.
It is.
So the business that sponsors this usually says, okay, we'll give so-and-so. If they're a restaurant, hopefully,
they might
if you
do
come
that.
and donate blood, then we'll give you a gift certificate for a certain amount on a dinner or whatever.
Some do.
They might do that, but you know, if they're not able to make a contribution like that, they have made plenty
Yes.
of contributions
So for instance,
just by
if a church
hosting
out
us.
there, they wouldn't be able to give anything, but
Right.
but you would be grateful for their support.
We certainly
And
would.
how much room do you need if you don't bring the bus and you use somebody's facility? What are you talking about?
Well, it depends on.
I mean, do you
it
bring
depends on
chairs
the number
in?
of units of blood that you're trying to collect. But generally, we can work with maybe 800 square feet.
Okay.
If,
What about a school?
1,000 square feet.
Do schools
in the
ever volunteer?
Oh,
yeah.
schools do. We have great school blood drives.
Because they
and-
have, you know,
Yeah, we generally
areas.
we generally do school blood drives in the gymnasium,
all right. See,
but
that's
they
what I'm
don't all
talking
have
about.
to be in an. We don't
And,
have to
and
do them
many
all
churches
in
have
areas that big.
gymnasiums.
They do.
Yes,
and they
or
have
their fellowship halls.
And how long does it take if somebody out there has a business
Mm-hmm.
and they say, hey, I could do that, I could help, but how long then would the business, is it a day
That's a great
or what?
question. Well, if here again, the collection hours of the blood drive depend on how many units of blood that we're going after, okay? But for instance, if we are doing a drive and we are, the goal is to collect 30 units of blood, then the draw time is going to be 4.5 hours,
Okay.
But we show up, our staff shows up an hour before the drive opens, because they've got to get set up
Sure.
and ready to go. And then after the last donor gets off of the donor bed, it takes them an hour to wrap things up
everything.
and get out of the way. So you really are talking about 7 hours or so.
Now,
something
if
like
you
that.
bring your bus, you just need a level parking.
We need
area.
level parking area. We need to have access, close access to hand washing and restroom facilities.
sure.
And we need a space inside where we can do the registration, where we can have them sign in, read their pre-donation educational materials, and wait to be called onto the bus.
Okay, so how long does that take the person? If they're a business person and you know they're on a tight schedule, if they came and say I'm willing to donate blood and I'm healthy and here I am, how long totally? It's about 20 minutes to do the actual blood drawing, maybe 10, 15 minutes or so.
About 10 minutes. From
But
start
then to
finish,
sign up ahead of time, and you said they have material, they have to.
they have to do a little reading, and then they have their.
They have to sign a release form or something like that.
No.
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 It's just
Okay.
information about the process of giving blood, and if you've been to these countries, like we were talking before, you know, it's just like a questionnaire, and they want you to read it, and then, but the whole process will take from 45 minutes to an hour, you know, if you can get right in.
So a business person could say, well, if I have an hour, I can do this.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. And you think now we're getting into school time, and so maybe some schools will get on board, and some students. You depend a lot on college age and high school age kids,
Yes,
don't you?
we do. Yes, we do.
And you mentioned Clemson for the lady
Yeah.
did that. Well, we go to Clemson, and Clemson is one of ours, and they're on board with us, and they help us when the colleges is up. So we go to a lot of the colleges and the high schools, and we're trying to get more into the elementary schools and everything here in
Okay.
South Carolina.
Now, you haven't had a strong presence here in this part, and so you're trying to, right?
Correct.
That right now,
Disaster
this
services.
is a new
yes.
kind of a new beginning.
We've been, you know, disaster services and the other things that the Red Cross chapter offers has been in this area just forever, you know.
Oh, I know.
But we just are expanding our blood collection down here.
But Pam, that's your, you want to be sure that we have some new places.
We do.
that-
We
that will
we
be
want to
scheduled.
encourage anyone that is willing to
Okay,
contact
how far
us.
Ahead, how far ahead does a school, a church, a business have to notify you that, hey, we're willing to do this?
We would love them to notify us 6 months ahead.
Okay, so you're planning ahead now.
But
And of course, we've
that's
got,
not-
you know, the holidays and all that, and there's always
Yes.
we have accidents and things tragically that the need is going to be a little bit greater
Yes.
sometimes.
There's
And
always a need.
heaven forbid we should have a disaster in this area. We need to be prepared.
We
and
do.
you people are paving the way. Yeah.
If someone, if a group wanted to have a blood drive in less than 6 months, though, we will
You
do
wanna hear from
everything. We
people.
want to hear
Okay.
from them.
Yeah, they can
All right.
We want to
contact
hear
us.
from them. We will do whatever
All right.
we can to
And
work them into our
I'll keep
calendar.
the information here if you didn't get it, but I
And
hope
we're mobile.
everybody will respond. Thank you
Yeah.
so much, both
Thank
of you.
you.
God bless you.
Thank you, Peggy. We
for
appreciate
coming.
it. Thank you.
We can all give the gift of life. Stay happy. We'll see you next time.